Yo, people, what's going on? What's this? John Sinclair TV in for Harry Scarf, and tonight we'll be talking about the Premier League review. So it's a review show, and we've got two guests here. We've got Arsenal fan Matt, and we've got Spurs fans Travis. How are you guys? You okay?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Been a good weekend for me personally.
Yeah, definitely a good weekend for you last night and us, so which is really good. So, how's you, Travis? You good?
Yeah, good. Yeah, obviously Tottenham got a result the other day, so yeah, I was watching the. I know we're getting to talking about it anyway, but obviously I was watching the Arsenal City game last night that kind of burst my bubble a little bit, but
Cool. Right, so guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe to Scarfey Spurs podcast and Harry Scarf. Everyone knows who he is. He's a terrific guy. And also do follow socials as well to me, Travis and Oli as well. Right, we go straight into it. It's Premier League Saturday. It's a review, isn't we're talking about, which is gone back on. Last time I made a mistake, didn't I? So we're going to start with Leeds United. Now, Leeds United beat Burnley by 3-1. And I'll start with you, Ollie. I mean, it was easy 3 points to Leeds. I mean, Burnley, we know they're relegated, but Leeds were too good. Ollie.
Who's starting?
Ollie, yeah. Starts with Leeds 3, Burnley 1. And what's your thoughts on it? Sorry. Oh, no, Max. Sorry, Matt. Hey! Sorry.
So, thoughts on it? I thought it was a pretty routine win for Leeds, to be honest. I thought that they controlled the game quite well. They had plenty of shots, and they were getting loads of shots on target. I think the only criticism that I would have, really, is how they defended for the Burnley goal. I thought it was a bit... they could have defended that better, but, they're not going to complain at a 3-1 win, to be honest. But yeah, that was a good result for Leeds. Very good result. And obviously, with Burnley, they're already down, so they've not really got anything to play for. And I find it really, really hard watching Burnley because they're just going to get battered every week because they've just got no fight left in them because they don't need to. They're playing for pride, essentially, no?
Yeah, and as to you, Travis, Leeds easy win for them, but also Burnley sacked Scott Parker, which is no surprise. And yeah, I mean, do you agree with what Matt's saying? Because for me, I think it's an easy win for them, do you know?
Yeah, I'll pretty mirror what Matt's just said, to be fair. I thought Burnley were going to be a bit better this year, obviously, given they signed Kyle Walker. And they had that Marcus Edwards, who was at Tottenham as well for quite a while. He was quite a good player, but I thought they might have stuck with Parker. I don't really know who's going to go to Burnley now, to be fair, after obviously being relegated. I think they could, obviously they're down now, but they could go even more further, I thought Scott Parker was the one for them, but obviously not. Yeah, Leeds another side. They're another side that are obviously competing to stay up in the Premier League. I'm not really looking forward to going to Ellen Road towards the end of the season to playing them because they are a really good side, obviously, with the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin now playing for them. But yeah, it's a shame about Burnley. I thought Scott Parker had them in a really good place, but obviously now they're relegated, and I don't really know who else could potentially go there. So yeah, it's a shame really because Burnley are a decent side, and Turf Moor back in the day used to be quite a difficult place to go to. I remember playing them in the cup match, Tottenham Burnley in the cup match. And it was quite a difficult place to go to. So I think a lot has changed in that sense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Burnley had to plan for next season in the Championship, and Leeds United are just going to try and finish as strong as they can, and they've got some good players there for me. I mean, Burnley scored a good goal as well. Keeper ain't going to save that. But again, Calvert-Lewin, I think for me, is he good enough for an England squad? I don't know, but he's got to keep going and see what it takes at the end of the season. So Leeds are safe. Burnley to the Championship. So let's go on to the next game, which is I'll start with you, Travis. It's Brentford 3, West Ham 0, and Thiago amongst the goals again. Keep doing an amazing job, but for West Ham, it was a knock-on effect because they needed to win that game to have any hopes of staying up and try to get away from Harry's Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, great result as a Tottenham fan. Obviously, we're competing with West Ham in the Premier League at the moment, trying to stay in the Premier League. And I thought a lot would have changed for Brentford when they lost in Bournemouth to Man United, but they seem to be playing really well at the moment. What's his name? Their striker.
Igor Thiago.
Thiago, yeah, what a baller! Absolutely brilliant. Scores goals for fun. Yeah, and Brentford are another good side. I mean, I've got a comment about West Ham though when they played Everton the other weekend and they beat Everton away. I think Goodison Park's probably a harder place to go to than Brentford personally, and obviously they got a good result from there. But yeah, Brentford are a good side and they've done really well ever since losing in Bournemouth to United.
Yeah, and what's your take on that? I mean,
there's not really much else to say. Brentford were just very clinical, and I actually thought West Ham, they weren't bad, but they just didn't finish their chances. They had, an equal amount of chances. I felt, but they just didn't take their chances, and obviously Brentford did, and 3-0. I think the scoreline flatters Brentford quite a bit because I thought it was a very close game. But if you can't put the ball in the back of net, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, fact. And this is the thing. West Ham's got difficult games as well. They got Arsenal, mob. Then they got, they go home to Leeds United, and then they got to play our mob as well, and Newcastle United. But I tell you what, I mean, they got to win games. West Ham. Hopefully, Tottenham don't win many games as well. So we get that one quiet because Harry's listening as well. They got to Harry. Just give one comment quickly. Big up to Harry. Enjoy. Thanks so much indeed, Mr. Scarf. He's making it big as well. So do follow him on all the socials. Let's go on to the next game. Start with you, Matt. It's Wolves 1, Sunderland 1. And bit of a damn squib, to be fair. Sunderland's got out to play for. They're going to be safe. Wolves, well, we know they're relegated a long time ago. But you know what? What can you say about this game? I mean, tell us your thoughts on the game.
I didn't actually watch this game because it was on at the same time as the Brentford and West Ham game, I believe. And I was actually watching the Brentford game on my way to Arsenal. But I did see one specific highlight, and that was the hair pull. And I can't lie. I'm lost for words about how you could even class that as a red card, let alone, give that. Because, I mean, he brushed his hair. He literally brushed his hair. He didn't yank it. He didn't pull it. There was no excessive force, which is what, should be happening, to give a red card for that. So I actually thought that Sunderland were really hard done by. And that's all I got to say for that game because I didn't watch the game.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We'll go for you there, Travis. One seat. I mean, the end of the day sort of thing. I mean, he's got to get his tied head. You don't want to have that hair that long. Don't want to get his hair pulled. Then he needs to tie it up. It's that simple. I mean, Siobhan Hearn.
Do you know what? The hair pulling thing has been a thing in the Premier League for years and years and years. I remember when I think it might have been Romero pulled one of the ex-Arsenal defenders. I can't remember who it was now. I think David Luiz, I think it was. And I think Romero got a red card.
No, it was the Chelsea game. It was Chelsea versus Tottenham because it was the Conte versus...
Was it Cucurella? Was it
Cucurella game?
Yeah, it does happen in the Premier League. I mean, it's hilarious to watch, but obviously it's going to hurt the player at the time, depending on obviously how hard they pull it. But as for Wolves, they're relegated. They're looking like a team that are still in the Premier League and competing to stay out the relegation zone. As for Sunderland, that's a shocking 1-1 draw against a relegated Wolves. I mean, you look at the likes of Brian Brobby, who scores goals for fun. He wasn't even in the game. So yeah, I mean the point won't really make any difference for Wolves, but it would certainly affect Sunderland's position in the league going forward. That should have been a cricket score there, in my opinion, with the way Sunderland play at the moment with their midfield with Granit Xhaka, and obviously Brian Bobby. He's renowned for scoring goals. Great striker. So yeah, bit of a bad result for Sunderland there, really.
Yeah, not good,
Agreed.
isn't it? Not agree, not good at all. I mean, that I'm sure there's future Reggie Debris, future could be up in the ass sort of thing. But if they do sack him, that'd be absolute ludicrous. But you know what? Sunderland, our club moving forward, the same cannot be said about Newcastle United. Despite they won 3-1 against Brighton, yes, it's a good win. But I tell you what, though, Travis, Brighton had so many chances. They should have put again to bed. But Minte, how did he miss that? No idea. But it's a welcome win for Newcastle United. But in my opinion, it's just paper over the cracks for me.
Yeah, I think someone asked me on a pod the other day, is Eddie Howe getting the sack? I don't think Eddie Howe should be getting the sack, really. I think Eddie Howe is the right man for Newcastle moving forward. I mean, St James's Park is probably one of the hardest grounds to go to in the Premier League. I dread when we play Newcastle. You've always had a really good side. As for Brighton, yeah, they've just gone off the boil a little bit. Obviously, they beat us the other weekend. But yeah, I don't think there's any kind of concern with Newcastle there. They should be competing for Champions League football. They should be a bit further up the table, given the team that they've got. I really highly rate Newcastle. But yeah, good 3 points against a Brighton side who have been quite strong as of late. Yeah, but I think Eddie Howe is a really good manager. I think you're just going through a rough time at the moment. And I think he's the man to move you forwards next season. And you've got good owners as well. You know, you've got really good owners compared to what you had before. So yeah, I've got no concerns with Newcastle apart from when we play you. I think you're a really difficult side to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair comment. And what about you, Matt? I mean, look, that win, in my opinion, come my point in a minute, but what's your take on it?
You know, again, I didn't watch too much of the game, but the highlight that did stand out to me was Harvey Barnes getting that goal to actually, I think, secure Manchester United's Champions League, I believe, or something around. He scored that goal and it secured something for Man United or something. But I didn't watch the game, but it looks as though it could have gone either way. Brighton had quite a lot of the ball. So I watched the match of day highlights, and literally every highlight was basically just Brighton having the ball. So they had a lot of the ball, but they didn't do much with it. You know, 4 shots on target with 68 possession of the ball is quite shocking. If I'm gonna be honest, because Newcastle had 32 but had 6 shots on target, and I just think that it just comes down to better quality players, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, before coming to the Arsenal game for Matt's got a goal, I mean, my opinion, it's a good win, but at the end of the day, right, that still don't change my conception, do you know what I mean? But I love Eddie Howe a bit, but for me, in my opinion, but at the end of the season, they need to look at him, in my opinion. I think he needs to be let go because we need a new voice. Football don't stand still, it revolves every time, do you know what I mean? And I know that Newcastle fans happy with Eddie Howe, and some aren't wanting him gone. But in my opinion, and I've got to say it now, I think we need a new manager coming in. We need a new, fresh ideas, and then hopefully we can move on from there. And also we need to get rid of 6 or 7 players as well at the end of the season, because we can't move on until they move on. That's just my opinion. So,
John, so I know we're talking Premier League and not one in a particular team, but who would you go for at Newcastle? Who would be your dream manager?
My dream manager, if it was money no object, it'd be Diego Simeone. But for me, you got Sebastian Hoeneß and Stuttgart. I'll take him. Cesc Fabregas would be difficult. It's talking about conversation. Yeah, Ariola. Yeah, Jose Mourinho. I know he's going to laugh, but I think Jose did a really good job for Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? He's got special force in Newcastle because
you've
of
got the right
Barroso.
Structure there with your owners and the team in general. You've definitely got the right structure and the back in there. That's for sure. Especially for Mourinho, you know what he's like.
Absolutely, it's going to be fun though. It's going to be absolutely fun if he comes in. That he'll come in and he'll do a good job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he'll take us higher. But Eddie Howe, in my opinion, he's reached the ceiling. Bournemouth fans have warned us about him as well. They said that he's going to take as far as he can, and Bournemouth fans are right. Unfortunately, I love Eddie, what he's done. Yes, won his trophy. Yes, He's done good things with us, but we can't look at the present. You've got to look at the now. We have to look at the now moving forward. Because at the end of the day, if Eddie Howe's still in next season, then I think we could be in a relegation dogfight. That's just my opinion.
I hear that.
So let's move on to Matt's mob. I mean, not good to wear Newcastle all day. That's what it's all about. It's a Premier League show, Premier League review. Do smash the likes and also leave a comment at any time. Arsenal 3, Fulham 0, 2 goals for Gyökeres, and yeah, he's coming apart on Matt.
Look, I'll go from the lineup. I didn't expect Mars Lewis-Skelly to start. I thought when he starts, I was like, okay, this is going to be very interesting in terms of how we play. And from minute one, we were just a far superior team, on the day to Fulham, because what they really struggled with was they couldn't get past our midfield. They really struggled to do that. And it's actually quite odd because they played in a way where I didn't expect them to. I expected them to do their same build-up and sort of pass through our midfield in a way, because we didn't have any pressing leaders. Martin Odegaard weren't playing, Kai Havertz weren't playing, Jesus weren't playing. We didn't have any pressing forwards that can, really press. So I was quite surprised that they didn't, just do their usual build-up play. They went quite long, which was really odd. But as soon as we got that first goal, I was like, yeah, how many can we score, essentially? And they got to 3-0 at half time, and I was like, cool, we've got two situations here, or we got two decisions to make here. We can either rest a lot of key players for tonight, or we can go for it. 4, 5, 6, 7, go for it. And it felt like when the second half began, we were going for it. But he took off Saka, which, to be honest, was absolutely understandable because we wanted him to start tonight, and he is. But it kind of felt like we were just preserving ourselves because we were happy with a 3-goal advantage. Now, at the time, we didn't know how Man City got on. So I kind of felt having a 3-goal advantage was okay. It wasn't, the greatest, but, I was very happy with that. And yeah, the fact that Miles Lewis-Skelly is starting tonight just shows how good he was, at the weekend. I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was our man of the match personally. He absolutely, stole the show. But that's all I've really got time to say, really. I'm going to go 2-1 tonight. And we're going to go through to the finals. I'll see you guys later.
Go, man.
You take it off, you go, mate. You take care. Good luck
off.
tonight, go. Take care. Probably does sort of face Spurs again, do you know what I mean? We come on to Spurs in a bit, man, because it's good news for you as well. Arsenal 3, Fulham. Do you want to add anything to that, my friend? Do you think what Matt said is correct? I mean, for me, 3 goals half time, they're looking really good, and for looking caught with them. What's your thoughts?
The thing I'll comment on Arsenal with, John, right, and this is from a footballing perspective, right? It's not because I don't like the club, it's from a footballing perspective. They have a very good squad rotation, right? And the good thing about the squad rotation is when Odegaard comes off, Eze comes on. When Eze goes off, Odegaard comes on. They have got a really, it pains me to say it and my body hurts saying it, but they've got a really, really good squad rotation with the strike force, with the midfield, the defence. It's like for like, and that is what is good about them, and that's why they win games, and that's the difference between the two North London clubs. But yeah, I mean, what Arteta has done is good. Obviously, they were going for the quadruple; they're not winning the quadruple now. But yeah, as a team as a whole, they have got a very good rotation system. Even when players get injured, they haven't got players out for 12, 13 weeks like Tottenham have. It's a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, I can't really add anything to that as well. I mean, it's going 4-2-3-1 now. It used to be 4-3-3. It's got back to 4-2-3-1. And I think Arsenal going forward now, I believe that they're going to go and win the title. We'll comment on later on. Big up to Barney, by the way, big Fulham fan. He's got a comment to say, I just popped on to say, big up, good timing, poor game by us, one shot on target, a poor Fulham performance. We need to be massively better if we are serious on Europe. Credit to Arsenal. That's kind words there, Barney. Big up to Barney. If you're on social media, do follow Barney as well on social media. Big Fulham
Legends.
fan. He is an absolute ledge. He really is. Big up to Barney. Let's go swiftly on to Bournemouth 3, Crystal Palace 0. What a season Bournemouth's having. Goals from Lerma, own goal, he used to play for the club. Gube for the penalty, and Ryan after 77 minutes. And I tell you what, I mean, yeah, Ryan, he is going to be some player, him. Serious player, 6'1". He is absolutely fantastic. Are you surprised that Bournemouth won that game?
No, not really, John. No, I'm not, because as you quite rightly just said, Bournemouth have been on fire all season. I don't really quite understand why Irolia is leaving at the end of the season. I can't really see why that's happening. Is it personal things? I don't really know. I know they've obviously already had an agreement with a new manager, but I don't think that's going to be very good for the club, because he's going to come in with his own ideas and want his own players. Whereas at the moment, I think Bournemouth have got a really good side. They just say that Rayan, good player, Evan Nilsson, and I think they need to keep the same structure next year as a team and keep this, obviously build on the team. And I think they could be in top flight football, going for the top four and Champions League football. I think they are a really, really good side and a hard place to go to. Palace are just poor. I think obviously with Glasner leaving, I think that's kind of rubbing them up the wrong way. And obviously they got Brennan Johnson from us, who's been absolutely woeful. I think they paid £40 million for Brennan Johnson. They've completely had their pants down with him. Really good bit of shopping there with Palace. But yeah, Bournemouth are a great side, and Irolia has done a really, really good job with them. And yeah, it's obviously come away with a really good result. So yeah, I think Bournemouth could be quite a problem next year in the Premier League.
100%. I mean, 16 shots on target, 16 shots, goal attempts, 5 on target. They get the shots in, and I tell you what, I think Bournemouth are now going to be a really good club. Whoever goes there, Marco Rose will be the guy. I believe he'll do good bits of them as well. So I really might get into European football next season. Then Marco will take over the mantle. So Palace, well, they got Europa Conference to concentrate. For me, I think Glass will concentrate on that, and then they'll try and win that trophy. We'll see. The game of the weekend, no doubt, is United 3, Liverpool 2. United started well. Cunha are 6, Sesko after 14. Liverpool got a goal back, so Soboslai. Gakpo equalised 56, and then Kobe Manu. It could have been on his way if Amorim was still there. Scored a winner. What a game of football, mate.
Unreal. What Carragher's done, what Michael Carragher's done, he's completely transformed that team ever since what's his name left.
Ruben Amorim.
Since he left, like it's a completely different ball game now with Man United, and for me, looking at the way they've been playing in the game against Liverpool, they're like the old Man United when Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge. And I know it's a big statement to make, because obviously it is Sir Alex Ferguson, but they are playing that sort of fluent, really impressive football. Great side. I don't really know what's happened with Liverpool. They've completely gone off the boil. I think Slot's treading very thin ice, I think, if I'm honest with you. Great result from Man United. I thought Cunha's goal was really good, took it well, and they're just not they're not afraid. I think when they had Amrin in charge, they were afraid to put challenges in and have a couple of shots on goal. Whereas now Carrick's come in and just completely changed the whole dynamics of the team. If they don't make him manager full time next year and going forward, I think that's a really, really silly idea if they don't. But yeah, really, really good Man United.
Yeah, the Stuart's inquiry if they don't make him manager as well. Well said, mate. Well said. And I tell you what, I mean, I know British managers don't get a raw deal, but I tell you what, I think Michael Carrick knows what United's all about. So big up to Michael. He's done a wonderful job. Let's go to some more comments there. I'll try some more comments there. Yes, Ivan Barney. I appreciate that, lads. Big up, Barney. Thank you. I mean, super Fulham fan as well. And I hope Marco Silva stays at the end of the season. Let's go on to the next one. Your guys, Villa 1, Spurs 2. And I tell you what, Conor Gallagher, that strike, what a goal. Set the tone. And then they went 2 goals up. Then with Charlison, he blows out on cord. And then Villa scored very late on for Brenia. And that was the consolation goal. I'll let you have your say first, right? I'll have me say on Aston Villa. What's your take on this? You got to be happy with it, my guy.
I'm buzzing. You know, the way we play. I think being a Tottenham fan, as you probably know, John. Obviously, you're a Newcastle fan, but obviously, I know you see a lot on social media with Tottenham fans and stuff, and you probably talk to a lot of Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
We are a very, very frustrating club. So they kind of suck you in, pull you in, and suck you back out again. You know that's what they do. And Richarlison can't normally hit a barn door. You know, but he scored that header with a great cross by Matisse Tell. Great header, and Conor Gallagher with obviously the I think it's about 25 yards out, I think it was. And I've seen a lot of people saying, well, this is what we paid the 40 million for. But until then, Gallagher hasn't actually done anything. He hasn't done anything to kind of warrant paying that £40 million, you know. I mean, I know we've wanted Conor Gallagher for years when he was at Chelsea. I think it might have been at Palace as well, maybe Norwich City as well, maybe. So there's always been a player that Tottenham have wanted. But I think obviously where he's come from playing in the Spanish league, which is a little bit different to the Premier League, I think he's kind of still stuck in that rut of playing Spanish football. But yeah, I'm happy to have him. Obviously we've got all different choices now. We've got Bentancur, we've got Sarr, we've got Maddison, we've got Gallagher, we've got Archie Gray, we've got Bergvall. So there's obviously a good rotation there with different players that kind of do the same thing, especially with Bentancur and Bergvall. Obviously, I know Bergvall didn't play that game, but he's quite an important player for Tottenham.
Yes.
But Richarlison, he's a very frustrating player because he was so good at Everton, so good. Ever since coming to Tottenham, I know he's had his struggles and he's had a lot of personal issues, etc. But he's just not an out and out striker. And obviously Solanke's out now as well. That's a huge miss. So obviously we only rely on one sole striker, which is Richarlison. You know. But to go to Villa Park, I did not imagine for a million years that we was going to get to a 2-1 win at Villa Park. Not with the team that they've got and how well they've been playing with the likes of Bundia or Ollie Watkins. He always scores for fun. And Yuri Tielemans. They've got a really good squad. So, but we went there with fight. We went there with determination, and it was a good, solid team game, you know, and that's what I love to see in Spurs, that fight, you know, because when we do fight, we do really fight, and that's the Tottenham that I love, and I just really hope we stay in the Premier League. I know I think we've got Chelsea next, so it could be another similar game to Aston Villa, given the way that Chelsea played yesterday against Nottingham Forest. But yeah, here we are, and hopefully the magic can happen, and we manage to stay up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've been 2 more games. I think you'll be there anyway. If you beat Chelsea, I mean, Chelsea are a poor side in a minute. I'm not even going to lie, Travis, because you should beat Chelsea now. I mean, I'm going to come to them in a minute. But Villa, right? I mean, some Jornal go at a deal like a Villa, feel a Rican side out. Yeah, yes. It's not good. If you're a West Ham fan, then they'd be absolutely cheesed off and that, you know, I would go at Villa, putting that strong side. But for me, West Ham had 35 games and they got to do something. They haven't done something about it yet. They need to concentrate on their affairs and not look at Aston Villa's affairs. You know what I mean? I can understand why Villa did that because they got the Europa League in mind. I get it. But you got to concentrate the job in hand, in my opinion. You got to concentrate in a league as well as Europa League. You got a big squad there. Just use it. But well done to Tottenham. You got the 3 points, and I really do hope you stay up as well, because you do not want to see Spurs getting relegated. Not with that stadium, not with that quality squad. But we go to Chelsea 1, Forest 3. I tell you, like I said, Chelsea were poor. 2 goals in the first 15 minutes for Armory. He scored a third as well, by the way. And I tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you, but Chelsea, 6 straight defeats, right? And I tell you what, you take that form into the new season, I can see Chelsea, never mind fighting for Champions League, they'd be fighting relegation, mate, at this rate.
Yeah, I thought again Forest are really good at another team that are trying to stay at the relegation zone, but Chelsea, I don't know what's happened. They have just completely gone off the boil. I thought every single player in that team had a really bad game. And with the team they've got, you'd be expecting them to score at least 1 or 2. But yeah, the fight in Forest at the moment is relentless, and obviously they are trying to stay away from obviously the relegation zone and trying to stay away from West Ham and Tottenham. But yeah, Chelsea are just in so much trouble. Obviously, ever since losing Maresca, I know the likes of Cole Palmer had a big falling out of him. I know he called Maresca out in the changing room. That's why he got dropped. So there's obviously a lot going behind the scenes in the changing room and in the club. But when Chelsea are good, they are good. And when you got Enzo Fernandez, you've got the striker that come from Brighton. I can't think of his name now. Shocking, absolutely shocking. And I think the ground emptied out at about the 35th, 40th minute, maybe. A lot of the crowd just
Low fans,
Yeah, absolutely zero fans. They just all cleared out so quickly. They just fed up of seeing it, and I know how that feels, obviously as a Tottenham fan, but yeah, so poor and yeah, really bad. There's a lot going on financially at Chelsea, I think. And obviously they have got American owners, and they are probably the worst owners you could have within the Premier League and in English football. But that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, really poor from Chelsea, and fair play to Forest, who obviously trying to start the relegation battle.
Absolutely. I mean, what it is, right? I mean, at the end of the day, sort of thing. Like, I mean, Forest done really playing good football. Like, you know, they got the players back. Morgan Gibbs, right, it's on fire. I mean, you got Igor Jesus when he plays. It's great. Chris Wood is back. He's just like a new signing. And the back two pair, Milenkovic and Murillo, absolutely outstanding. And I tell you what, if Chelsea had half of those players, they would have won that game.
Yeah.
And let's move on to the final game. And the 6-goal thriller is Everton 3, Man City 3. Now, Everton were 3-1. We were great to go behind. Doku got the first, and then Everton got goals from Verdiro Barry, scored twice, and O'Brien in the 73rd minute. And then Erling Haaland got pulled one back in the 82nd minute. And then, right at the end, right at death, Doku scored 90 minutes plus 7. Do you think Man City's title hopes over now?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think the other North London side are going to let this slip. I really don't, and that's really hard to take, because it's going to be one of them seasons, I think. But I just want to comment on Jeremy Doku and how good that player is. He's so good, so quick, so versatile, so strong. Just 2 really good goals from him. But I just think the new Goodson Park, the Hill Dickens Stadium is again another really difficult place to go to. So I think a good point for Everton, but a bad point for Man City. But again, Everton are another good side. I think David Moyes has done a really good job since coming back to Everton. But for me, for City, I just, you know how relentless and how powerful City can be. So to go and get a point against Everton, who aren't particularly struggling at the moment, is a big loss and a massive crack in their Premier League title dreams. Really, it doesn't always solely fall down to the manager. It falls down to the 11 players on the pitch. And I think Dorgu kind of carried that team a little bit last night, and I thought Erling Haaland could have done a lot better, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think their title race is over now. I mean, I can't see Arsenal. If they beat West Ham, I think the title race is over because they're not going to lose to Burnley and they're not going to lose to Palace. And as for City, they got to go to Bournemouth as well. That'll be a tricky game. And then they got to play Villa at home. So that's not what City wanted. But you know what? End of the day, I mean, that's it for the review show. I mean, I've got to ask you, I mean, who's your player of the week?
My player of the week. I don't know. It's a tough one because obviously there's been so many games played. I'm going to go for. I don't know. Who would your one be, John?
For me, I'm gonna have to say Doku because I think he's really outstanding. So I'm gonna have to say Doku for me for Man City, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'll say Doku. Yes, it's got to be. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah,
cool stuff. Fantastic. Well, that's all the Premier League review we've got time for. We've gone a lot. Is your team of the week? Is your player of the week as well? And 3 games left in the Premier League. Is your team going to stay up this season? If they do stay up, then what needs to happen next season? But that'll be another day. And that's it for it. And Travis, thanks for coming on. Where can we find you, my friend?
Yeah, lovely to be back on tonight, John. Nice to see you. So I know you're doing Harry's job tonight, but really well done. Enjoyed talking to you again, John. As always, an absolute pleasure and privilege. And I know you do a lot for Toon TV, so yeah, massive well done for that. You can find me on X at officialcaster. You can also find me on LinkedIn, where I do a lot of work for men's mental health and other charities. I am also on TikTok. There's not a lot on my TikTok, but there will be soon. So yeah, hit me up on there.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve, for mentioning those words as well. Well, I do match day vlogs. I used to do Toon vlogs sort of thing, like also live shows and that, but I cannot compete anymore. I do match day vlogs over the country. I mean, I did Scotland on Saturday and I did on Friday as well. I did non-league game yesterday, of course. So I've got big ones to do, which I won't mention there as well because it's a Premier League show. And one thing I'm going to say to you guys, enjoy your football. And if you do want to find us, it's John Sinclair TV. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok, John Sinclair 55 on Instagram. And you can find us John_NESC42 on social media. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if like to your teamers, get behind them. And if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. As always, have a great time and enjoy your week. Take care.